Good morning, distinguished trustees and all attendees. Northern Illinois University, this day, October 20th, 2016, that's the date today, 61 years ago, our forefathers brought forth and founded Northern Illinois State Normal School, May 22nd, 1895. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We are broadcasting live this morning on the WorldNet WLDK 1360 and WSQR 89.5 to my listeners. Everyone has a copy, or I handed them out earlier, of what I'm about to propose. I wish I would have spent more time with this esteemed body 20 years ago, but it was not necessary as it is today. Some of you know me better than others. I've been around Northern Illinois University since 1964, or 52 years. Just for the record, I made my proposal today twice to Dr. Baker, and he was a gentleman but turned me down forthwith twice. Let me get right to the point. NIU has priced itself out of the dorm market in the state of Illinois and is too reliant on map grants. Again, I'm in the real estate business, and I am a canary in the coal mine. I deal with parents, I deal with students, I deal with everybody you wouldn't believe. They give me feedback. That's why I'm here today. Every time NIU raises its fees, students refuse to enroll. My plan will solve that problem to some degree. Here's my plan. Freshmen with a GPA 3.5 or better should be allowed to live on campus. With parent permission, GPA of 3.5 or better, freshmen will be able to live off campus housing. This program will encourage other students and parents to pick up NIU every time. Along with this program, I believe that a minimum of ACT of 22 for every student should be set by NIU enrollment. Class ranking should not be considered for admissions. Sophisticated parents want to save money. Parents and students want the option of private housing and want higher scholastic standards. NIU turned itself against locals, Sycamore and DeKalb students, would go to NIU if, and I've heard this many times, if NIU would recruit and pay more attention to the locals. We're live. We're live.
We're now going to go on to NIU Hall. Now addressing the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, TD. This works. NIU has turned itself against local Sycamore and DeKalb students would go to NIU if NIU would recruit harder and pay more attention to them. I've heard this many times. Students and families would save, if they were at Northern, students and families would save transportation to and from other universities and would still give students a chance to get out of the old homestead and save $8,000 to $9,000 if you live off campus. That means you'd save maybe $30,000 to $35,000 in a 4-year stint at Northern Illinois. One of my employees contacted me on the off-campus non-tradition student services office to inquire about the annual off-campus housing fair that is held every October. She was informed that NIU Housing and Dining had requested that they not hold the event this year. Further, NIU has destroyed the off-campus environment by canceling the annual off-campus housing fair. NIU needs to get community development for NIU and the city of DeKalb to improve from their current situation. Canceling the housing fair has only shown once again that NIU does not want to work together with the local community to make NIU and the city of DeKalb the best it can be. If NIU fails, so do the local businesses and vice versa. If there are no businesses for students to engage in the community, no one will want to come here. I have noticed sidewalk traffic at NIU is down 80% from 25 years ago. The decline in freshman enrollment means there is no reason to come here. Bloomington Normal enrolled 3,600 freshmen this fall. They do not care about MAP grants and and their average ACT is 24. Let's invite the world to the new innovative NIU with accomplishments and higher scholastic standards will graduate your son or daughter in 4 years. One new concept, don't worry about the bondholders. Why should NIU pay private bondholders who financed the dorm we didn't need on time? What are the bondholders going to do? Are they going to take the buildings? No. Why did NIU turn down Douglas Hall that we might need for future housing to build a road we really didn't need? Why did NIU build the new Hall dorm when we had 4 dorms that were half full? It's all about commissions. Don't forget, NIU cannot finish their current ongoing construction projects, although I noticed they started again because of the budget. I stand corrected. It was also recently published that NIU wants to spend $20 million on the new student center. Folks, what's the definition of insanity? NIU is doing the same thing, again, and is not building anyway. Let's talk about that another day. I'm almost done. NIU must lower room rates, lower tuition, lower fees, so parents will pay cash to come to NIU instead of expensive student loan programs. I've talked to many people about this. If you can pay cash up front and not finance, it's tremendous. NIU must negotiate contracts with all the professors and employees, of which I know you're doing presently. Everybody has to pitch in. Since NIU's enrollment has plummeted over the last 10 years, my industry of multifamily housing in the city of DeKalb has suffered greatly, as you know. While taxes continue to go up, some of you might think I'm here for myself. You're correct. If NIU fails, we all fail. What is the definition of insanity? We can't keep doing the same things as a result of lower enrollment. Let's make a change. You do not need to spend a lot of money to institute my program. Let's work together. My colleagues are at your search for housing for freshmen with 3.5 or better. My taping of this, my taping of this statement will probably be available to Rockford and TV stations and other networks if they're interested. I'm available for your questions, comments, now or later, at your convenience. I thank you for this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. I would like to leave you with 1 or 2 thoughts. Why is it that those who know how work for those who know why? Obviously, I know how and I know why I would be here. Number 2, I have a saying to young people, go where people don't want to go. Say what people are afraid to say, and do what people are afraid to do. Thank you all, and I look forward to working with you. James C. Mason, Inconvenient Truth Detective, DeKalb. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Mason. Any questions or comments from committee members?
We're still live.
So, Mr. Mason, your proposal, has any other institution that you're aware of that instituted a program like this before?
I'm going to turn this off. I think Iowa State played with this concept, and it's not in effect now. But if you remember the last thing I read, do what people don't do. I want you guys to get ahead of this, because what happens with, thank you for asking this question. If we could institute this program, we could show Northern Illinois and the parents in the suburbs or anywhere else in the United States that we have a different idea here, with times the way they are. No, I don't know of any other school is doing it now. But when I came to Northern in 1964, they didn't have a dorm room for me.
Sure.
And I'm here today. I'm not doing that bad.
Sure. So it was a different time in 1964.
Yes.
So first of all, I want to thank you for providing our students with housing. And I'm sure they served you well over the years.
Okay.
It's great to know. But I have to tell you, the reason, I personally believe the reason other institutions haven't adopted this program, because study after study proved that if students that live on campus have a higher engagement rate, the students that live on campus also have a higher GPA. The students that live on campus are likely to graduate more than students that live off campus. There's a reason why we have a policy to have freshmen on campus their first year. In fact, we probably need to look at the other direction and sit back and say, why don't we mandate sophomores to live on campus?
Can I answer that?
Well, no, I don't want, so I'm making a comment. You can, by all means, you can reply after I'm finished.
Oh, okay.
What the point I'm trying to make is, there's a reason why we have freshmen live on campus. Their success and their engagement is at a higher level by mandating that they stay on campus. Now, we have work to do around enrollment, right? And we have a vested interest to see that not only NIU succeed, but the community, the surrounding communities succeed, right? And so we're not going to put policies in place that we think is just going to simply serve the surrounding community and not at the best interest of our students. I hope you would respect that.
We have to. Anything else?
I'm done. Go ahead. Trustee Boyd.
Good morning, Mr. Mason.
No, I'm not.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to make a comment on that. I'm looking at the comparison of your rental prices.
Okay.
Sheet here. And obviously it shows that the NIU rental rates are much higher than yours.
Right.
But at the same time, the NIU rentals include room and board, etc., etc. I was including room and board.
We don't feed people. People feed themselves, and it's so cheap, it's almost infinitesimal.
Well, but the whole point being is the fact that our rental rates do include room and board.
The board means who? Right? The rooms and
The term, generally speaking, room and board
right.
means
There's two things. There's two components. Right.
Right.
That's true.
So I just want to be sure that when I look at those numbers, indeed they are quite different, but there are reasons for the difference.
I understand that, sir. Right.
Good. Thank you.
Trustee Marshall.
I had basically two comments. The first, we're learners as trustees, and we depend on research for many of the things that we have to act on. So I'm going to ask if you'd be kind enough to share some of the studies that you did to come to your conclusions. Unfortunately, in some of the political struggles outside, we hear the term many, and it kind of triggered when people say many, many. I'd like to get to the heart of it. How many? Who is giving you the information? Is it a research study or what? And I want to comment on the enrollment loss here at NIU. If that's the chief point that you're stressing, look across the state of Illinois, unfortunately, with the exception of one or two of the universities, all of the public universities are going that way in enrollment. So it isn't unique to NIU. Thirdly, you talked about losing in the community if this continues. Well, am I, from what I picked up here, are you a landlord in the community for students?
Yes. Partially.
Would that
Partially.
be a vested interest?
Yeah. Yes.
And
Everybody knows that. That's what I said in my statement, that some people might say I'm doing this for myself. Of course, we're all in the same boat. Did you want me to answer any of your questions?
feel free.
My conversations about parents and students are actual. For parents and students and my staff, I'm the canary in the coal mine. I'm the largest private property owner in DeKalb County, probably. And so people come and tell me things that they're not going to tell you. And so for one reason or another, if students came in here with 3.5, they're going to excel. They're not going to decel. If they're living off campus, are still engaged. If you read my total proposal, the voucher program, all information on the voucher program would be go directly to the university and have all contacts with all off-campus housing if they were in my program. So, but to answer your question, I've heard for 30 years what's going on here. And if you all wanted to use me as a bellwether, I'll come in here and tell you what I hear. And what I hear is that people would love to have a place to live for 12 months, not 8 or 9 months. And Dr. Boy, it's a lot cheaper if you have a place for 12 months than it is for 8 or 9 months, because people can select.
Thank you for the promotion.
You're welcome. Did I call you doctor?
Yes, you did.
I
I'm pleased with that.
God bless you. I hope I answered your, Robert, I hope I answered some of your questions. I hear this stuff for years and years and years and years. This is the first time I've come to tell you what I see and I hear. And if my program was instituted, we would have a bonding with alumni in my program to go out and recruit the best of the best of the best. And they don't need to live in the dorm to be involved. But I really appreciate it. And if I could answer any more questions, I'd be happy to.
Well, going to my original question on numbers, if 3 people tell me something, it's fact that they told me something. But if it's 60 people, then to scale a little bit more, I'd like to get the depth of the information that you're presenting.
To be very honest with you, I've heard it for so long, I apologize. I did not keep record of everybody that my staff talked to, but I understand your question. Everybody wants everything in black and white, and it doesn't always work. I know what people like. I can sell ice creams in Mexico, and I do it every day. Go ahead, sir.
No, I think I'm finished. Thank you.
Trustee BoT.